It was the night that the Star of Bethlehem showed in the night sky for the first time since the birth of Christ. It also happened to be a full moon, so Melody and I planned a moonlight paddle. We are blessed to utilize 2 Jimmy Lewis boards and enjoy introducing friends and family to stand-up paddleboarding. We had a deep conversation about shedding the fear of man and only obey the voice of the Lord, not man. How perfect love casts out fear, and that she is a daughter of King Jesus. On one side of the lake that night was the Star of Bethlehem on one side, the ocean side, and the biggest, brightest, whitest moon I have ever seen on the other side of the lake. Glorious! So we are out in the middle of the lake, and I'm getting really cold. So we started to paddle back to Angie's dock. The frigid ocean air was piercing through my soaked yoga pants. Melody was just ahead of me, and I said out loud, "Wouldn't it be nice if there was a nice warm," and before I could say breeze, Melody shouted, "I feel hot air on my face!" And sure enough, out on the water in the middle of the cold night, it felt like there was a swirl of warm energy all around us, and like someone was holding a hot blow dryer on my freezing feet. Then I looked up, and the Bethlehem star and the other bright little star were in exact alignment with where Melody and I were aligned alongside each other, floating on the water like a perfect mirror of the planetary bodies. I wish I had my camera. By the time we had our boards loaded up, the fog had rolled in from the ocean and we couldn't see the star. We drove home, changed clothes really quick, and hopped back in the van to try and find the star again, and maybe find some food. But there was no 24-hour food in Lincoln City at that time. We drove under the night sky towards Newport, stopping to look for the star at Boiler Bay and at Cape Bellwether, but the fog was thick. We drove into Newport. They have a 24-hour Walmart. As we pulled up, I noticed the 6-pronged yellow star in their logo and thought of the Star of David. We had a wonderful time with the lovely graveyard shift. I bought snacks and shared them with the workers. I bought some underwear. I wasn't wearing any. And Melody and I bought some groceries to eat. We decided to try and look for the star one last place in Newport, up by the college, out of the tsunami zone and inland. We got out of our car next to the forest in that little subdivision by the college. We could see both the moon and the star from here. Then we heard it. The sound of Native American instruments, flutes, and tribal tones. It sounded like there was a concert in the forest, but the sound was all around us. Melody said, "Maybe someone is having a concert." I said, "At 3:30 in the morning in a circle around us?" We were a little freaked out. So we drove to a different place by the forest and got out of the car to listen. We heard the sounds again, and then I offered for Melody to drive, that I would give her a lesson in the empty parking lot at the college. She was so fearful of the legality and getting in trouble, I had to tell her, "I am your mom. You can trust me. If I have clarity that this is a good and safe thing to do, then it is so." She got behind the wheel, and I was so blessed and impressed at her intuitive and instinctual driving skills. She is glowing with adventure, and we laughed our silly heads off. Then on the way home, we stopped by the little airport near Glen Eden, and it looked like a postcard. A single airplane, a flag blowing in the ocean breeze, and a light illuminating the plain and field. It was all just so magical. It was a night with my daughter I will never forget. I love you, Melody.